Hello, welcome to this video in which we will see how to migrate applications using the flexibility of Cisco ACI. In this case, we will leverage as well the application virtual switch. Here we have an application. As you can see, it's not working too well. We can as well try to ping the IP address of the application. And you can see it's not, we don't have anything here. What we can see is we can try to reach the servers, because actually I know the servers are there, and I will connect to my development machine, and from there I should be able to contact the servers which are responsible for that application. In order to see the right IP addresses, let me show you my vCenter. So I have three virtual machines responsible for this application. 1, 2, and 3, and you can see on the VM details the IP addresses for that application. So if we go back to my development server, we try to ping, it's not working, but because it's forbidden by an access control list, but SSH should work, and it should work to all of the servers. Let's connect to the second one, the .12, which will be AVS demo 2. And let's try the third one. Yeah, it's working as well. Let's do something else. Let's connect to the first one, and for the first one, let's see whether we can connect to the rest of them. Shouldn't be an issue since all are the same subnet, right? So you can see from the demo 1 we can connect to demo 2, and from demo 1 we can connect to demo 3. Actually, this is the first time I tried that. That's why we were asked about the SSH key. So now let's migrate the application. Again, it's not still working, so the question is why. Let's do this migration, and we will do it in a very simple way. We will just rename the virtual machines. So we will rename the first server with tier 1, the second one with tier 2, and the third one with tier 3. So I'm assuming here this is a 3-tier app, and renaming the servers will put them we'll put them in production, actually. So as you can see, I'm going here over the vSphere web client. Now we have the servers migrated. Let's try again the application and see whether it's working. Let's refresh the web page. Now it's working. So it's a 3-tier app, and all 3 tiers are reachable: the .11, the .12, and the .13. But let's do a couple of tests more. So let's go to our development server and let's try to reach those machines. So as you can see, I cannot reach the second tier, the .12. I cannot reach either the third tier, the .13. Now we will see that I can reach the .11. Normally I would shut that down, but I enabled SSH to the first tier in order to do a couple of tests more from here. So we are on the tier 1, and from tier 1 I will try to reach tier 2 and 3. Remember, we are in the same subnet. We are in the same 172.16.105. So let's SSH to the .12, for example, not working. And .13 shouldn't be working either. However, we saw that the 2 tiers had application between them. So tier 1 can speak to tier 2, tier 2 can speak to tier 3. So what's going on here? To find the answer, we need to go to the application policy infrastructure controller. This is ACI management station. So here you can see the network configuration we have for this app. We have actually 2 areas. We have a staging area and we have a production area. And these areas have different security policies. For example, and the question is how different virtual machines are assigned to each area. And you can see that 3 different tiers from the production area received VMs depending on their name. That's why whenever a VM is renamed and contains, for example, here tier 3, it gets automatically assigned in the right production area. Here, for example, we can have a look at tier 3. We can see that we are seeing the .13 here. We can see that the staging area is empty. So we can do a quick test and we can remove the third VM from production. So let's rename it again, and let's remove the tier 3 string. And now let's check with the application what's happening now. And we will see that tier 2 is not able to reach tier 3 anymore. So if you noticed, the tier 3 section has disappeared there. If we go back to our controller, we are seeing that the VM is now in the staging area, the .13. And if we go to the production area, we will see that it's now empty, because there's no any VM now matching our requirements to be moved into production. So the question is, what are the different security policies here at work, right? And in order to have a look at those, we need to look at what we call in ACI contracts, which are services that each layer of servers is offering. So for example, tier 3 is offering a tier 3 service, tier 2 servers are offering tier 2 service, normally application services, tier 1 are typically my web servers. And you can see here we can associate different policies. For example, in the staging area, we are offering SSH, but no HTTP. That's the reason why in staging, HTTP is not working. In the tier 1, we can connect to tier 1 with SSH, ICMP, and obviously with HTTP. Typically, you would remove SSH in production, but we want to be able to access the servers there. And we can see the other 2 tiers are just offering HTTP. That's the reason why the tier 1 server was not able to log into the tiers 2 and 3, because HTTP is allowed, but nothing else. And to finish up, we can just leave everything as it was, so that we put the servers back into the staging area, just renaming them and removing this tier 1, 2, and 3. So if we refresh, now you can realize it's taking longer, and actually if we leave it timeout, it would give an error. But in order to save a bit of time, we can just try to ping the IP address, and you see that the application IP address is not reachable anymore. So hope this was interesting for you. Thanks for watching. Take care.